Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Everyday Carry for the Everyday Guy. So for those of you who've been following me on social media, yes, it is true, you have seen correctly on Instagram and Facebook, we do have a fully kitted out micro Ronnie that we are going to be testing to its max. I'm going to give you the full lowdown on the micro Ronnie Generation 4 and the Gen 3. We also do have a Gen 3 that we're going to be looking at. I'm going to be doing full testing, range testing, testing whether or not it's something that can be used as a home defense tool. Obviously, this is an EDC type thing, but I can tell you for the time that I've had it, I've been very impressed. So we will get to that in the coming weeks, actually quite soon. But today we are continuing with belt review month. It's still September, so it's still belt review month, and I'm going to be having a look at the CR speed belt. I don't know if you've noticed, I've kind of gone from my first belt, which was the Beltman, which was super formal, to a slightly less formal Denel's belt, and now to probably the most informal belt, which is the CR speed belt. I'm going to be doing some very important tips, buying tips on this belt during this video. So if you are thinking of getting one of these, definitely stay tuned and check out the rest of the video. So let's have a look. So as with all my other belt reviews, I am going to be reviewing the belt with the firearm on and mags in the firearm. As you can see, the mags are full, but the top two rounds are snap caps. That's to simulate the proper weight of a firearm with full mags on the belt. So let's check out rigidity. I'm pretty much sure all you guys know the CR speed belts are super rigid, but for the sake of continuity, let's have a look at the rigidity of the belt. What I do want you guys to pay attention to, there's only a small part of this belt that is cinched up, only that little piece over there. That is something that I want you guys to remember. I'm going to talk about that in a bit, but only from there to there is this belt cinched up or velcroed together. We're going to be talking about that in a second. But as you can see, the CR speed belt is, people have known it for quite a while as a extremely rigid belt. It's got that built-in stiffness, so it's an ultra solid belt. Stiffness on this is absolutely not an issue, but there are one or two other things that you should consider if you are thinking of getting yourself one of these. Okay, so here we have the belt on, and as you can see, it does keep the holster exactly where it should, no matter how hard you slam that in there. I do want to stress, my affinity for doing that's not a good practice, okay? Holster reluctantly. Take your time to clear your garment and do it slowly. I don't know why I do it. I'm actually trying to work myself out of slapping the firearm into the holster like that. So please don't consider that a positive trait. It's something I'm working on overcoming. Whenever I can remember to do it, I always try to do it ultra slowly. But for the purpose of the video, I know this firearm is safe. So I kind of do it in the normal way, but that's not how you guys should be doing it. So don't look at that as a positive thing. As I said, the belt keeps the firearm in the same place. It does move up and down as you put it back. As you can see, when you start it back in and take it out, it goes back to its original position. Now, something I do want to talk to you guys about, and I'm going to switch the angle, is the amount of belt that I have velcroed. It's only from there to there. That's very important because where you velcro this piece of belt together, it doubles the thickness. I'll show you a different video of how thick this belt gets when you do cinch it together. Not all pant belt loops are going to be able to take a double dose of this particular belt. What you have to be really careful of is if you're wearing your normal Levi jeans or normal chinos, these belt loops might not be thick enough to cater for a double looped CR speed belt. Now these are the infiltrator pants. I wear this pretty much all the time. The first two belt loops on this pants are made thicker specifically for this reason, or they're made wider specifically for this reason, so that you can either slide your metal belt clip through here, or you can cinch your CR speed belt down. But on normal Levi jeans, normal pants, you might have a problem with that. So if you are going to buy one of these belts, do remember that if you buy 3 or 4 sizes too big, you're going to have a whole roll of belt over here that's doubled up, and that might not be able to fit on your standard everyday pants. Now, this is not necessarily an everyday carry belt, right? But I will be honest, I've owned this belt for the longest time of all the belts that I've owned, and I've worn this the most. So you can EDC this belt. It's not formal, but you can EDC it quite comfortably. I know a lot of people who do. Just take into account, if you buy a belt that's too big, you're going to have a lot of spare room, and you have to ensure that your pants can cater for that double thickness of belt loop to go through it. So guys, here I am with the belt on with a standard Levi jeans. And I just want to show you, I don't know how much you can see, and I will show you close-ups. There's not a lot of room for this belt to be sort of fed through if it's when it's doubled up. And that's what I was talking about earlier on. You do want to ensure that you buy the proper size belt. Now, I'm a size 34 and I bought a size 34 belt and I've not had issues with it ever. The Velcro is like industrial grade Velcro. So don't stress about the Velcro coming loose. It's lasted me without issue at all for however long I've wanted to wear this belt. And I've taken it loose probably thousands of times, to be honest with you. Just wanted to show you, if you are carrying strong side, the belt does maintain its rigidity, its horizontal line across the body, which keeps the firearm exactly where it is and actually tucked into your body. So you can, if you are someone who's carrying strong side outside the waistband and you've got a nice cover garment over, you can conceal in the outside the waistband position. The CR Speed Belt, pretty much the mainstay of competition shooters, and you can kind of see why when you see how stiff this belt is. Really solid, really good belt. Let's switch to my face view so I can talk a bit more about it. So guys, just quickly, this piece of Velcro, okay, it does extend quite far. So like from the end of the belt until this little stick over here, that's where the fuzzy side is. And then if I move it along from this finger here to the end of the belt is where the sticky side is. Sorry that's so dirty, but like I say, I've had this belt for the longest time and that's why it effectively looks like that. What I was mentioning earlier on is if you buy a belt too big, okay, look at how thick that becomes. It does become quite thick, and what happens is then you can't feed it through your belt loops very well and you have a belt problem. So if you are going to buy this belt, try to buy one that's pretty much yours true to size. I'm a size 34. I bought a size 34 belt and it's worked perfectly for me. I didn't have to buy extra size. Obviously, if you're going to buy a competition belt, then you're going to have to buy one for that purpose and speak to the consultant who sells it to you, because I don't really do competition videos. But for EDC, if you are going to EDC a CR Speed Belt, try to get one true to size. If you want to go a bit bigger, maybe just go one size bigger. You don't have to go multiple sizes bigger, because then you're going to have a belt loop problem. So guys, as you can see from these images, this is one hellishly stiff belt. It's got that stiffener on the inside with like a material on the outside. Please don't try doing what I'm doing here, like jumping on the belt and things like that. I did slip and fall doing that once and I literally fell to my death, but fortunately I survived. Don't try standing on your belt. It's not necessarily let me stand on the belt for you. That is what you guys are watching the channel for. But as you can see, this belt is more than capable of handling my weight. I hope that doesn't become the new test of the strength of a belt, because like I said, I did slip and that was quite a difficult situation. So guys, that is it. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. As I said, super exciting things. There's a super exciting OLite review coming very soon. I don't want to say too much, but you might want to stay tuned for that. The CR Speed Belt, they're available at pretty much all gun shops. They're like the most available belt you can get. I think you can even buy one off Takealot. What I will do is I will check for a couple and link them down below. They're not expensive. They're probably the least expensive of all the belts I reviewed. I am going to be doing one more belt review soon, one from Sniper Gear. Quite an interesting design they have. So it's another thing you want to stay tuned for. And then the Microdonnie reviews are going to be super cool as well. That's it from me, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good week. Have a good weekend. Cheers. God bless.